I get the impression that you are interested in talking with Alex. Is that?
I just said nah.
Is that the one?
But
Alex has been waiting. Let's see if we can do this really quick.
Let's try
A quickie. Try. Welcome to a three-way quickie with Jonathan and Kenneth and Alex. Alex, how the heck are you?
Hey, Alex.
What do you got, Alex?
Yeah, you're consenting to a quickie, knowing that you could catch the communicable disease of deconversion or conversion. So go ahead. That means you're consenting to conversion. Go ahead.
That's fine. In terms of abortion, I was thinking that at the forefront it should be based on personal responsibility.
What should be based on personal responsibility? And why is it always dudes who are doing the abortion?
It's always dudes.
Why is it always dudes? Okay, so what exactly is the issue of personal responsibility?
We're assuming you're a dude, Alex. Are you a dude or are you a non-dude?
Yeah.
Alex put him in the call screeners. So
you're a dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think
dude is not a gendered thing, by the way.
No.
Okay, go on.
I think personal responsibility should be at the forefront of any decision we make. So I think this is kind of the general aspect of it. Like theists make the mistake when they throw their brain in the trash when it comes to religion. They don't use logic anymore in the real world. I think the same kind of happens with abortion. So responsibility is always the most important. Well, let me finish. The responsibility is the most important thing. If you're, it's a very important personal responsibility. But when you go to the abortion issue, it seems like it's the same mistake, the flaw that the theists have when they throw it right in the trash when it comes to abortion, because personal responsibility no longer applies.
Okay, so two things. One, like you put me in the position where you just said theists throw their brains in the trash, and that's not fair. That's not true. There's a lot of really smart theists out there. I've never encountered a non-fallacious.
Logically. Sorry.
And even there, I again, and this is the thing. I get a little bit of heat for this whole issue of like trying to be charitable. But we should be steel manning atheist positions. We should be trying to engage. I'm sorry, the theist positions. Right. We should be trying to engage with people, at their best, and not trying to make bad assumptions about them. So anyway, we don't need to go down that whole rabbit track. But I don't understand where this personal responsibility thing is coming from. If somebody is making a choice to terminate a pregnancy, where are you getting this assumption that personal responsibility hasn't factored in there?
Okay, yeah, great. So personal responsibility factors in because if two people engage in a sexual act consensually, they know that act may lead to creation of a being, them acting consensually through sex. And if something were to come about of it, then they would be shirking if they were trying to terminate that pregnancy, knowing beforehand that this was a possibility. I'm not saying that they wanted it to be a pregnancy, but they have this. There's a second layer too. So there's many layers to my arguments, but the second layer to this one is
it's a baklava of reasons,
the man, right? The man that actually has 50% of his DNA that has to probably consent to it also, I think, because if it's partly his. And then the last thing would be, you could talk anyone you want. The last one's going to be the line of demarcation. Once the baby is conceived or the being's conceived, and then there's no level of demarcation that you can draw, no line that you can draw in order to terminate the baby after, not the baby, the being after that point.
What does the genetic makeup? What does the genetic makeup of a fetus have to do with the bodily autonomy of an individual?
Well, the bodily autonomy, we've already passed the first level, which is responsibility. So if you're shirking on responsibility,
no. These are separate. These are separate issues. So, and I can't believe we revisited this whole thing of but okay. So
personal responsibility.
What is the genetic makeup? What is the genetic makeup? What does the genetic makeup of a fetus have to do with the bodily autonomy of a person with respect to a pregnancy?
It always goes back to personal responsibility. It's the first tier. You can't go past that without talking about personal responsibility.
All right. So you're not going to answer that question.
He's glossing over it. Kenneth, Alex, I think Alex is falsely associating personal responsibility with carrying a pregnancy to term. No, you're saying that the only responsible choice, Alex, is to carry the pregnancy to. Well, you're suggesting it is that you must carry the pregnancy to term. Why? Because there are other options that you could do. Personal responsibility gives you the. I'm going to mute you, Alex, because I don't like having a little chatter. There's a delay. Acknowledged. Okay. There's a personal responsibility. Cool. So how do you deal with that responsibility? Well, it's my body. Let's say I'm the pregnant one. And I have options available. It's my personal responsibility to either carry the pregnancy to term, to abort it. And maybe there's some other options that I'm not aware of, but it's my personal responsibility to deal with it, not to, without question, carry this pregnancy to term. You're asserting in some way or suggesting that to be personally responsible is to carry it to term. And I reject that assertion. And now you're unmuted. So you may say something if you wish.
Of course. So the personal responsibility comes to the level where I think it's synonymous. Of course, all analogies aren't equal, and they don't map on directly, I should say. But if you have a situation where somebody signs a contract, for instance, right, and if you breach that contract, then there's obviously you're shirking on your responsibility that you agree to. And there's an implicit agreement when two people have sex.
A kiss is not a contract.
There's no implicit agreement here, dude. This is so fucking. No, it's not. And
no.
And there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, but
yes.
For so many people out there, getting an abortion is very much an issue of personal responsibility. There are people out there who are struggling with decisions to get abortions, who might not want to, or might have all kinds of feeling of guilt for getting an abortion, which they shouldn't have in the first place. But social pressure and everything being what it is. So the idea that this issue is just reducible to personal responsibility in the way that you're suggesting is one, wrong. It's a mess, logically, but even a step further, where's the empathy for the people who are out there getting abortions? Where's the understanding of what people are going through? To make a blanket statement and say getting abortions is an issue of personal responsibility is again, it's completely divorced from the reality of what people are going through.
Yes. Life is not a math equation.
Okay. Right, I get that. Okay, so again, I know I'm going to beat the dead horse. I love you guys anyway. I love the experience all the time. I watch all the time. You guys are great.
Nonprofits is the best show on the ADN, but whatever.
The personal responsibility. Of course, I'm going to keep going back to this because this is the foundation of everything else that we make decisions. That's what we build societies on, or successful societies on, is personal responsibility. You have to have that element, that principled element first. Now, is there exceptions? Yeah, we haven't even got to those. I got plenty of solutions for exceptional cases. But other things being equal, you should actually if you make a choice that's the wrong choice, usually you're going to have to do something about that choice in terms of reconciling. And
who says it's a wrong choice? You're smuggling all these value judgments in there. If somebody has sex and they get pregnant and they don't want to have a baby, what's the right thing for them to do?
The right thing for them to do is to have the baby.
Why is that the right thing for them to do?
Because if they engage in the act, they should actually fulfill that implicit contract.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is the
nonsense?
question?
Nonsense. Sorry, Alex.
Why?
There's a lot of assertions, but no whys.
Okay.
Everyone out there with a womb, everyone out there who can get pregnant, I encourage you, whenever you can, have a conversation about this before you have sex. And if you hear this kind of stuff, don't fuck these people. Let them go unfucked for life. Okay? Because I'm tired of dudes, bros, calling in and dictating that it's a contract, that you've signed over your future, that there's only one right. Alex, shush. I'm tired of hearing it. Everyone out there, don't fuck them.
If you can't give a why to justify this personal responsibility claim, why it is more responsible to carry this baby to term versus not,
no,
then you're dead in the water, man.
Yes.
Why would the moral action be to be forced to carry the baby to term?
No one forced the person to have sex at this point.
No, but you're talking about forcing them. You're talking about forcing them to deliver a baby.
Actually, you know what? They can actually no. You actually know they can actually have abortions. People have abortions all the time. They can just go and do what they want. They can still have an abortion. Obviously, they can do what they want. Like somebody can commit suicide. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's showing personal responsibility for these people to have abortions once they've consented to act, knowing that that's a possible end.
No,
I'm going to ask exactly one more time. Why is it more responsible to carry the baby to term versus to have an abortion? If you're a person who gets pregnant, you don't want to have the baby. Why is it more responsible to carry the baby to term versus getting an abortion? That's it. If you're not going to answer that question, the call's done.
Okay, the call is done because I've already answered.
You have not answered that. You have not answered that. You have not given a why. You've just made a bunch of assertions. So why is it more responsible for them to carry the baby to term versus getting the abortion?
I've already explained the whole job.
No, you haven't.
Responsibility. Dude, when you have that heuristic,
you keep saying that it's more responsible, but you keep saying it's more responsible, but there is literally nothing behind it.
No, there's everything. But I just mentioned that.
No, there's not. Then answer the fucking question. Okay, so why is it more responsible to carry the baby to term than to get the abortion? Why?
I just told you it rests on the
president. You did okay. So we're done. All right.
Alex, I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Don't fuck these people.
Don't fuck these people. Everyone out there, identify them, and flag them, and do not fuck them.
I can't. I'm on a scale of 1 to even. I can't.